Hello there, I'm Joseph.
And I'm Mariana.
And today we are here just outside of Fundão. We're around 15 kilometres outside of Fundão, just outside of a small village called Cottage. It's a gorgeous village. It's got lots of amenities. It's got a pharmacy, numerous cafes, bakeries, a health centre. It's got an awful lot, train station and a lot more. It's a lovely, lovely place. And today we are here on our friend's farm, which is for sale. It's a gorgeous farm. It's 4 hectares. It's got 2 hectares of licensed vineyard, which most of the vineyards and most of the grapevines here in central Portugal are not. They're not normally licensed. The reason behind this licensing means that the grapes can all be taken into the local cooperativa in Fundão, and they can be sold to the cooperativa, and they make the Fundão wine out of it, which goes for sale across the country. This vineyard produces up to 14,000 kilograms of red wine grapes. There's two grape varieties. We'll show you those in a little while. And it's an absolutely fantastic place. It's 95,000 euros. This is the entrance track, and the property starts just there where you can see the vineyard starts. That's the property line there. So yeah, I think we've spoken enough for now. Let's take a look around the property. Yeah. We're just walking down the private track now. The track goes around the vineyard and then up to the house, which you can see over there. It's on a hilltop right in the middle of the farm. It's really nicely situated, and you can see in the distance over there at the foot of the Gardenia mountain, which is this mountain here. All of that mountain range across there is the Gardenia. You can see all of the fruit orchards which neighbour the farm around here. So it's an agricultural area here. Mostly all of those orchards are various types of orchards. You've got some plums, some apples, of course cherries, because Fundão is famous for cherries, peaches, and numerous other things as well. Vineyards, of course, and many more different types of fruit. Yeah, it's a really lovely area here. It's a beautiful day for it. It's a little bit warm, if I'm honest, but it's really nice nonetheless. So yeah, we're going to walk down this track now. I'm going to put a drone shot on the screen here so you can see exactly where we are, and then we are going to walk down and round to the house, give you a little bit of a house tour and show you what else the land has. Rightio, we've just walked up that track, and my word, it is a hot day for it. You really know you're doing that. And yeah, it's a long private driveway, really fantastic. And looking out over all of those 2 hectares of vineyard, it's absolutely spectacular, wouldn't you say, Mariana?
It's beautiful.
And then if we turn around here, we have the owner of the property, Joaquim, standing waiting to greet us. Olá, Joaquim, como está? Bom dia. Bom dia, tudo bem?
Bom dia.
Joaquim is now going to let us inside the house. He said he used to live here some years ago. That was quite a while back though, and he then bought another property down the road, which is now where he lives. So he would be one of the property's neighbours here, one of the direct neighbours. I say direct neighbour, he's probably about 1 kilometre down the road, but that would be the nearest neighbour. And then we're going to yeah, pop inside the house. After you, Mariana. So you have to come up these couple of lovely granite steps here, and this property is a mix of granite and schisto, predominantly granite. Oh no, I'm wrong, predominantly schisto, with quite a lot of granite as well though. As we come in, of course, it will need internal renovation, and you can see here the walls are really nice and thick. I would hazard a guess at about 60 centimetres thick. One of my hands is 20 centimetres, so 1, 2, 3, that's a 60 centimetre thick wall there. Nice for the summer, as I'm sure I'm about to find out. My gosh, it's nice and refreshing in here as soon as you come out of the sun there into the shade. These stone walls really keep the houses cool. I'm going to turn my torch on here, and Mariana, do you want to show us the first room?
Yes.
So as we come in, we've got this porchway here. There's a couple of stone divisions in the house here. And as we come in, you can see, oh wow, this room really is fresh, isn't it? You've got a big breeze coming in through and there's a big lizard behind Mariana's head. Can you see it? So I made you jump up there. Don't know if you could see him.
Oh yeah.
There he is. Ilmorska. It's a little gecko. Quite a big gecko in actual fact. They're handy to have inside the houses. They eat all the mosquitoes and things. Yes. Don't know if Mariana agrees with me on that one. And then we've got this lovely big fireplace here. Of course, the house does require complete internal renovation. It can be increased in size as well. Mariana is going to open the windows, I think. Can you get it? There we go. Now there's a breeze. I can see that from your hair blowing all over the shop. Watch that lizard, don't squash him. And then as you look out here, you've got the vineyard, so it really is a beautiful view. And I'm not sure if you can see there, I'll show you closer on in a little while. That is a bread oven, a lovely big old bread oven. Needs a little bit of work to bring it back up to its old self again. But yeah, what a fantastic thing to say, you've got a big nice old stone bread oven in the garden there. So yeah, what have we got through here? Let's have a look. This is the first time I'm looking inside this house. I've seen the house from the outside many times, but I've never been inside. So again, all in stone. You can see the original stone walls here. And then as we look round, you can see it's a nice tall ceiling. I think Joaquim's going to open that window for us. Ah, maravilhoso. Isto é melhor. Isto é melhor. That's better. We can see now. There's that bread oven again. And you can see the views really do spread all around this wonderful farm. It's completely panoramic here. There's a tractor. I don't know if that's Joaquim's tractor, perhaps. And that's where he lives, down there in that house over there. So you've got a small section of forestry that's not included with the property, that forestry there, but it is on the boundary, and it's only small as well, so no problems or anything with that. A few other fruit trees, as we'll see when we walk around. There's a big fig tree there, that's Pingo de Mel. There's a big chestnut tree down there. And then at the bottom of the property, there is actually some more native forestry and stuff as well. So rightio, should we walk through? Which way are we going? Should we go through this door here? Esta porta aqui? Dá para abrir, não é? Ok, então vamos lá. Calor, não é? As we come through here, you're seeing it for the first time, as I am. We come down here. Looks like it used to be an old rabbit tree. I think these are old rabbit cages. Essas aqui é para coelhos. Era para coelhos, yeah. Maravilhoso, maravilhoso. So yeah, Joaquim said they were for rabbits.
Já quase 40 anos.
40 anos, yeah.
Já quase 40. Há 35 anos que aqui esteve.
35 or 40 years ago that he was living here, and that's when the rabbit tree. Muitas, não é? Yeah. He had lots of rabbits.
Saí daqui uma coelha fez a criação, saiu, andou por lá 8 dias, fez criação com um coelho bravo e depois quando veio coelhos bravos que nisso que seguravam.
So Joaquim was just saying that one day he had a female rabbit escape and shoot off into the hedgerows over there, and it must have found a young male rabbit, I suppose, a young buck rabbit, and returned back. He put it back in the cage, and it had a litter of half wild babies. So this here would be the garage. So it's a nice size garage. You could well incorporate that into the footprint of the house. And if I come out the front here, you can see what I was saying about those panoramic views. They really are right wrapped around the farm here. And then you can see, so, yeah. Joaquim said, can I shut the door now? And then you can see that could, of course, be incorporated into the size of the house there. It's quite a large building, and you could increase the height if needed. I don't think you would really need to be honest, because that would already make 2 floors. And of course, you could extend the house outwards as well. So that would make a really, really nice sized building. So yeah, Joaquim's just closing the doors up now, and he just told me that the property itself is 14 metres long by 7 metres wide. That's including the garage area there, and that makes it around a 98 square metre footprint. So that's a really nice size house to start with. You could of course use that as living space. There's more than enough room there, and if you've got a bigger family, a couple of kids or whatever, or if you just like having a little bit extra room in your house, you could extend that and make that even larger. Isto é louro, não é? Louro. So this is a bay tree. So Mariana, come and smell this. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Smell that. Really, really nice. There's a couple of varieties of bay. One variety is not good for cooking, and one is. This is the variety that's good for cooking. So that's handy to have right by your house there. You can lean out the kitchen window, pretty much lean out the front door, grab a bay leaf, and use that in the stew for tonight's dinner. How about that? Rightio, now we're going to check the rest of the property, because it's not just the 2 hectares of vineyard that you can see there, it's actually a 4 hectare property. So that means that the land goes right down there into the bottom of the valley down there as well. And there is a small like irrigation pond as well. The pond would have been used for irrigation many years ago, but of course that could be used nowadays as just a pond. Maybe sit down there with a couple of deck chairs, you know, have a couple of fish in there or something, I don't know, but that would be quite nice. Or even just a nature pond. That's what I'd do, leave it to the newts and frogs and maybe even a terrapin or 2. But yeah, we'll have a walk down there, see what the situation is with the water, and yeah, see the rest of the land. As we come right down to the bottom of the land, the pond is down here. I'm going to show you that now, and you can see the house up there on the top of the hill, and Joachim's tractor as well. And all of that part of the farm there is all terraced. You can see each one has a perfect slate stone wall, schisto walls. They look really nice. And each terrace is the same amount of meters across. Looks like they're probably around 15 meters wide each one. So a really nice size, to take your tractor on, nice size to plant. You can get a couple of runs on each one of different fruit trees and whatnot. And I can see they're over there waiting for me by an apple tree. Joaquim, isto é bravo schmof? Isto é bravo de schmof? Marmelo. So I got that wrong. It's not a bravo de schmof apple. It's a quince tree, so marmelo. So yeah, beautiful. So nice big quince tree there. And the quince tree, the reason it's doing so well is because it is right by the pond here. Of course, a lot of water has been taken out for irrigation purposes, but it's still got quite a lot of water. And considering we had a drought this winter, that means that it's in a very good place on the farm indeed. A place that normally it always has water. Looks like someone's chicken met its end here, unfortunately. Era uma galinha, não é? And here is the pond. So quite a nice amount of water in there. It's quite deep, and you can see there was a frog just jumping, and you can see the water line would normally be up there. Okay, so there is a. See, yeah, because a lot of the earth has fallen in, but there is a spring here. Ah, sério? Sim, yeah. Yep.
E depois vinham aqui, como o meu avô morou ali muitos anos, e depois vinha ali a água para beber.
Perfeita.
Depois corria para aqui.
So good drinking water then, so that's nice. And there is a lot of nice plants in there as well. I've got some of those plants in my pond at home, so they're a really nice plant. They keep the water nice and clear underneath the surface. And then this is the bottom limit of the farm. I'm going to put on the screen here where we are, so you can see exactly where we are in reference to the house and the rest of the farm. So we are now on the complete other side as to where the vineyard was. And yeah, there's 2 hectares of land here that could be used for either fruit trees. It's obviously fantastic land for fruit trees because of how well all of the fruit trees are doing on the neighbouring farms. Or of course this could be used as grazing land. As you can see here, the tractor's just gone through here to clean it all up and everything, but this land here would make for fantastic grazing land. I know what I would do here, Mariana. I'd keep a nice little donkey. That's what I would do. I love donkeys, so I think that would be really nice. Or of course you could keep sheep, goats, you could do chickens and everything. You could do whatever you want here. There's enough land for it. Beautiful.
Vamos ter a extrema?
Vamos ter a extrema. Vamos.
A extrema ali de baixo?
Yep, see, perfeita. There's been a lot of love going to this farm over the years. And an awful lot of sweat, not just from me today, but from Joachim and his family over the years in the vineyard and everything. All of the work. Muitas vindimas aqui nos anos, não é? Muitas vindimas no passado. Many harvests with the grapes and everything. Real family affair. Everyone come out and work together. Fantastic. And here we are down at the bottom corner, just down there. Are you keeping up with us, Mariana? Yes. Just about, hey? You can't quite see the house from here. I could just see some of the stones on the wall up there. you can see that's where the house is, and Joachim's tractor. You can see that parked behind that tree over there. And then, yeah, here is the boundary. É aqui, não é? Yeah. See, a metre either side or so. It's here. Yep. Goes in a nice straight line right up to the top along the vineyard. And yeah, you can see that the farm here, it's pretty much a nice square shape or a rectangle shape. So really easy to see the boundaries. And 4 hectares. That's a nice amount of land. We were talking about grazing land. If you were to use this as grazing land, of course you couldn't put anything in the vineyard. You could in the winter. You could have some sheep in there. They would fertilise as they go, but you wouldn't really want them in there for most of the year because, of course, they would eat the little grapes and the buds and everything. But yeah, you can have roughly up to 10 head per hectare. I think that's a little bit too much really, but that's what they advise here, 10 heads per hectare. I would go a bit less, maybe 8 heads per hectare, 7-8 heads per hectare. That's a nice amount. That's going to keep you in good grazing all year round, especially on a drought like this year where the grass doesn't grow so well. But yeah, so that means that you could have quite a few head of livestock. So yeah, really fantastic. I think we've seen mostly everything now. There's just one little thing that I would like to show you as we go back up to the house, and that is the bread oven. So let's take a little peek at the bread oven.
Yes.
Vermelha, não é? Uma fruta vermelha.
E tem uma croazinha que algumas têm uma croa que é a croa do rei.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a pomegranate. Yeah. So it's a pomegranate, and Joachim was saying there that they have a crown on top.
Que é dia 6 de janeiro.
Então come-se romã.
Pertence a comer uma romã. Para dar sorte.
Perfect, to give luck. Yeah, how beautiful, how beautiful. And then as we come up here, like I said, towards the bread oven, this was the window where we were looking out, where the ozga, where the gecko was, the wall gecko. And yeah, you can see that if I take a step or two backwards, you can see that the wall is really in pristine condition. It's a lovely straight line and really is in good nick. Look at that, it's absolutely flush. Really lovely. Just how it was made, I don't know how many years ago, maybe 100 years ago or so, but yeah, marvellous. And then that beautiful fig tree next to the tractor. And as we spin around, Mariana and Joachim, and then we go over to this beautiful old rustic bread oven here, and it's really quaint and lovely in the old stone. There's a couple of beer bottles in there from someone, and of course it needs a little bit of repair work doing to it, to say the least. But it's still got the old flat stones in there, which the bread would be cooked on. And I think Joachim was saying, tua esposa cozinhar muito pau aqui no passado, não é? Muito pau. And a tua mãe também. And Joachim's mother, as well as his wife.
Isto é só, estas pedras estão aqui, pô-las novamente,
yeah.
e arranjar o fundo, está prontinho.
Fácil arranjar, não é? Fácil.
Tá, isto foi da chuva, caiu, vá.
Yeah.
Não, isto havia aqui uma árvore, havia aqui um madronheiro.
Sim.
Isto é madronheiro.
Madronho, sim.
Mas isto era uma árvore muito grande.
Yeah.
Isto tinha aqui quase uns 50 metros que é de diâmetro.
Wow.
O vento, veio o vento com chuva.
Okay.
Então abaixo, isso quando caiu aí de cima e meteu escalado abaixo do forno. Aqui era a garagem do meu carro.
Era. This was the garage of his car underneath the shade of this madroño or strawberry fruit tree here. You can make aguardente out of those. And he said that the tree got so big that one day, on a windy day, it's a little bit windy today, but it was a lot more windy that day, I'm sure, the tree came down, knocked this, and of course with the rain and everything over the years, it's knocked those stones out and been washed away a little bit. But of course, as Joachim said, it can be easily arranged, easily brought back to its old former self, and then you can be cooking bread and drinking homemade wine with this beautiful view here. Absolutely stunning, and right in the center of the farm. Absolutely beautiful panoramic views. And I'm going to, if Joachim doesn't mind, I know it's still a bit early in the season, but I'm going to try one of the grapes here. They are wine grapes, but they are beautiful. There's 2 varieties of grapes on this farm, and if I can remember correctly, I was told what they were a few days ago. Tinto Rodrigues. There you go, there's a little grasshopper on that leaf there. There he goes. Tinto Rodriguez, and gosh, I can't remember what the other one was now. Began with an R. I can't remember. Very sweet. Few seeds because it's a wine grape. Of course, it's still a bit early. It needs a few more weeks until they're ready for harvest. But gorgeous. That's going to make a nice wine, I think. That's going to make a nice wine indeed. Rightio. I think we've seen everything pretty much, haven't we, Mariana? They're in the right place, in the shade. Você está na sombra. É o melhor sítio, não é? Eu vou também. But I think we've now seen everything. We're going to head back to our farm and see if there's a job or two that we can do on our farm. How about that? I'm getting peckish as well, so maybe we make some lunch. Yes. Yeah. Okay, we're now back on the farm. We're in the kitchen and I'm here with my little sous chef Chloe. Isn't that right, Chloe? And today we're going to be doing a barbecue oriental style pork skewer. So I've just picked up some beefana pork cutlets from my local village butcher. These are of the breed Duroc, which is a really nice dark red meat pork, and yeah, very nice to grill on the barbecue indeed. I've got some coconut cream, brown sugar, oyster sauce, some 5 pepper, some dark soy sauce, some coriander here, and some garlic, and of course the beefanas as well. So let's get to it, Chloe, yeah?
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word. Maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope. Fill my head with roses. I can't help but dream away. Standing on a field with you and flowers everywhere. Maybe there is a star with your name. One thing I know is that there should be. There is no one who has a heart as pure, no, not like yours. Dreaming of you. 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 I'm dreaming of you. What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Dreaming of you. Dreaming of you.
Okay, we've just finished lunch, and those skewers, they were absolutely fantastic. Really, really nice indeed. Well, if you were watching our video last week, you'll remember that we had a little chick hatched out from underneath one of our mother ducks. We had to take the little chick away from the duck because as soon as her ducklings hatch, she's going to want to take them all to the stream. And of course, chicks can't swim. That was an accident though, because one chicken was sneaking in behind every day and laying an egg in her nest. So of course the mother duck, being a fantastic broody mum, she hatched out the little chick. Well, about 2 days later, another little chick hatched out. So we're really, really pleased about that, because it means this little chick is not going to grow up on its own. It's going to have some company, so that's fantastic. And yeah, it's obviously the same mother because they're both the same colour, and they seem to be getting on just fine indeed. So you can see this one here, oops, sorry, you can see this one here has a little peck on him. He's the older one because he's a slightly little bit bigger, and you can see he's starting to get just the little quills there, the little pins on his feathers on the wings. And then this little one here, that one is a couple of days younger. So they're going to stay in here. They don't need a heat lamp. If anyone's wondering why there's no heat lamp in there, they don't need one at this time of the year. The ambient temperature in the room here is around 30, I don't know, about 34 degrees centigrade, something like that during the day, and drops down to about sort of 27 in the night. So that's not going to be cold enough for them in this room to warrant a heat lamp. If they had a heat lamp or a heat mat or something, they would get too hot. Of course, what you can do though is you can have the heat on one side of the brood box, and that means that, which is always what you should do, you should always have it on a quarter or a half of the brood box. So that means they have a warm side and a cold side, so they can regulate their own body temperatures. But yeah, these two little chicks seem to be getting on just fine. There was no little chicks hatched after that, and because chicks always pretty much hatch out at roughly the same time, that means that now these will be the only two, I'm sure. Hopefully we'll have some ducklings hatch afterwards though. They take another week or so longer than chicks do to hatch, so we'll see. But yeah, you two seem to be getting on just fine. You gonna pick my finger? Okay, that just about brings an end to this week here on the farm. And if you're interested in that wonderful farm that was for sale in Val de Presage, then please send me an email. There's Molly, my matriarchal you. Please send me an email. My email address is on the screen now. It's farmerforfun@outlook.com. I've got the sheep stampeding around the camera here, so I'm having to be careful. Then we came home after looking at that wonderful farm. We came back on my farm, came home here, and we cooked that beautiful oriental pork on the skewer. That was fantastic. And then we had a little update on the chicks as well. So it's been a really nice week here. I hope you all have a fantastic week as well, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.